Here. No, what I did is I unclicked the desktop audio button, which isn't useful for about the next 20 minutes. So yeah. We got it. Don't worry. Okay.
On top of this.
All right. So let me click back into chat first off.
Names are slightly reversed.
They are slightly reversed. Hello, everybody.
Good to see you all.
Welcome to the. We don't have a name. Like we used to have cleaner names for these because it was always like January producer stream, February producer stream, but we don't have. It's fun names.
This is our March Cool Guys stream.
Yeah. That's perfect.
How's that?
The official March Cool Guys stream. So for those who don't know, Eric Musco, Community Manager.
Charles Boyd, Creative Director. Special guest.
Me.
Matt Pusevich.
Matt Pusevich.
Lead Ops Designer.
That's right. The names are backwards because I don't know how letters orient correctly when reversed from a camera. So,
it's all good.
So that's how that works. So just to give you guys a quick, I pulled up an agenda, but really the agenda is more of just a what's in game update 5.8 since that's really what we're going to talk about.
Shara's changed.
What?
Yeah, she does look a little different there.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all were following me on Twitter, but there's a lot of demand for beards on returning companions, so obviously we're starting that with Ashara here.
Yes, we just made Ashara Valkorian.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about Conquest. There's a big Conquest revamp coming in Game Update 5.8. We have two companions coming back, Ashara and Vector. And then we're going to talk about, Charles is going to give you a little background on the story of Isaacs and Gods from the Machine as a whole, kind of as it wraps up. Matt is going to talk about how to not die on the ridiculously impossible encounter that he built. Is that a fair assessment? He's giving me frowny face.
He's going to talk about the ridiculously difficult encounter he built. Whether or not he gives you any tips not to die.
Correct. And you can't see it because it's behind our faces, but it says Gods from the Machine with SWTOR Central and Kid Lee. So last time we did the stream, we did kind of like a short, like 10-minute intro, and then we kicked it to Sam, who was running the Gods from the Machine op on live, so the first 4 bosses. We're going to do that again. We're going to take a little bit more time this time, though. It'll probably take like 30 minutes or so. So as always, if you guys have questions, please put them in chat. There's already spam of Bring Kira. Do you have anything to say to those people?
I believe I've said it on every stream we've done for the last 3 or 4 months.
Well, we're being consistent.
But they are coming back. They are not in this specific update, admittedly. But Kira's coming back. Scourge is coming back. We got some Felix action coming up real soon. I will say we had something a little special in mind for Kira and Scourge in particular. So they may be a little further out than the others, but they are coming.
Cool.
And I'm really excited about their deal.
And bring Keith. So Keith is probably somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably in chat.
He'll probably be trolling people in chat.
He's probably the one trolling, asking about Kira all the time because Keith.
If I know anything about Keith, if Keith is at his desk, which is pretty rare, but if he's at his desk, he will start trolling in chat. If he's not at his desk, then he won't be in chat. So that's usually the good determining factor.
Yeah. Oh, I saw mention Jace. Jace is also coming back later on.
There you go. So Conquests. So just kind of a brief note on Conquests. The user interface has been massively uplifted, and the mechanics itself have all received changes. I'm not going to outline all of them in the stream, but I'll put a link in chat in a bit, and you can also go to the dev tracker and find all the details about what's coming. But I just wanted to kind of give you a real quick overview of what's happening. So first off, you can see at the top of the screen, Conquest and Guild Invasions are separated into 2 tabs now, so you can kind of track your personal conquests versus everything that your guilds are doing. I grabbed these screenshots really quick before we came on, so some of this may not be final, so don't take anything that you're seeing on screen as Bible as exactly what you're going to see when it goes live next week. But so this is the solo Conquest screen, so you can see kind of the iconography and things have kind of gotten a facelift a little bit, and that's kind of the main thing for solo is that the user interface has changed effectively, and that there's been some rebalancing on the objectives themselves.
Rewards as well. And then for guilds, this is been separated into its own tab. On the left, you're going to notice, so Voss, Yavin, and Oricon have large yield, medium yield, and small yield with them. What that means is there are targets that you have to achieve your guild's conquests. They are either small, medium, or large, and the rewards that you get when you do that are also small, medium, large. So that's kind of giving you the rough idea of what's happening with Conquests. There's a lot more to it than that, but I recommend checking the Conquest post on the forums, which you're going to link in chat in a bit, so you guys can check that out. By the way, if anyone has any questions about 5.8 or anything, again, please always put it in chat. You know what else I just thought of? We had to do a giveaway at some point, too. Oh, yeah. What are we doing?
What do we do? We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's talk about... I'll explain that in a second. While we're doing the giveaway, I'll explain Matt's joke, and it'll make sense. Why don't we do this? We'll cover Ashara and Vector, and then before we jump into the Isaac stuff, we'll do some giveaways.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
That's cool.
All right, so next.
Ashara and Vector. They're coming back.
That's right.
Yes, so
just continuing to work our way through all the companions we want to get back, especially the romanceable ones. You're going to catch up with Ashara on Voss, find out how she's kind of grown and changed over time. She's studied the Force in the absence of her master.
That was you, by the way.
Spoilers.
Vector, on the other hand, I don't want to get in too much to what he's been up to, but it's neat. It probably has something to do with bugs, being that it's Vector. And yeah, he's always been a fan favorite. He was one, especially in development, years and years ago before we launched, where we were not sure. We knew he was a really cool character, but are people going to go for the kind of weird, bug-eyed guy? And turns out they are. In droves.
That's right.
As it happens.
Do these companions work the same way as the previous companions that came back? Will you only be able to get them on the class they came from?
That is correct. In this case, both are class-specific. So Inquisitors get Ashara, and Agents get Vector.
There you go. Someone asked about, can you end ranked Season 9 earlier? So we'll probably have information about the end of ranked Season 9 closer to 5.9.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's probably one of timing for that, but that's coming in the next few months. It's not horribly far off. Soon with the TM.
I saw Druid's Fire trolling me in there.
That's what we do.
I see how you do it.
Okay, so, Matt, as the special guest, what do you think we should give away on the stream? That isn't Journals of Nostoral.
The Journal of Nostoral is an outstanding promotional item that we did before launch.
Correct.
Which we produced about 10 billion of.
Correct.
It's a really cool book.
Now, you could
we
always,
still have a few left.
You could always just pick like the grand prize and just say they can literally pick any cartel market item they want.
Ooh.
That's always like the super grand prize.
That's a solid one.
That is always good. That is always good.
I'm going to jump in on what you think for a second.
Yeah,
Kira
please.
by the end of 2018, that is absolutely the plan. I won't guarantee anything at this exact moment. Plans for the year are still taking shape. We've got a lot of stuff that we want to do through 2018 into 2019, even beyond that that we're not quite ready to lock down, but very much the plan. Get Kira back this year.
Pretty authoritative. Dat Asuna says, give away Senya's lightsaber and give me one. So I think we should at least do half of that. So I'd say, why don't we do because we'll do more than one giveaway, obviously.
Yeah,
why don't we start the giveaway party with a Senya's lightsaber? So first giveaway is going to be for Senya's lightsaber. Matt, tell me a keyword to use for the giveaway. I'm going to say Matt with two T's.
No.
Hang on.
Oh.
Has to be clean, Matt. PG stream.
The password is Kephis.
Oh, okay. Kephis. All right. Kephis. The password is Kephis. Case doesn't matter. I hope you know how to spell Kephis.
If you don't, you really...
Look at all these people that you led astray.
Matt.
Oh, there it goes. Wow.
Matt, I jumped
There's
the gun.
a stream delay.
I jumped the gun. Okay, so just a quick note on the journal. Quick note on the Journal of Nostoral. So the Journal of Nostoral, for anyone that doesn't know, is the small journal of Grandmaster Nostoral that came in the collector's edition. And so we have a whole bunch of them physically at the studio that we always bring to events and give away. It's been like a running joke because we have so many of them that I always try to bring them and give them away. So that's why Matt was joking about journals.
How many of those did we order?
A lot. Tens of thousands extra. So we got them. Don't worry.
Oops.
Don't you sweat it none. All right. So why don't we do this? We'll give away 2 Senya's lightsabers. 2. Just because. Because Kephis. Wait, how many times Kephis been in the game technically?
2.
Okay, that's...
Depends on how you count
the...
How Brandis, because that's
Right.
technically that's
we'll go.
How many waves of that can you get before she enrages?
We'll go this way. We'll go into player's favor 3. So we'll give away 3 Senya's lightsabers in honor of the Kephis. All right, so here comes the rolls. Here they come. Winner number 1 is Akulakrat. I don't know. What do you think? That's my guess on how do you pronounce it. I don't know.
Seems reasonable.
Winner number 2. Rocket Science.
Hey. Who doesn't love a little rocket science?
It is rocket science.
It is in fact rocket science. Correct. Apparently turning on a mic is rocket science. We needed you earlier. And the final winner, Lacey Ribbon.
Hey.
Lacey Ribbon, I know the name.
I do.
From Twitter probably would be my guess.
That's a nice icon.
There you
actually.
go. Yeah. So there are 3 winners. I will reach out to all of you before at the end of the stream, but in case you want to preempt it, all I need is your account, character, and server information sent to the SWTOR account.
Yep.
Don't send them to anybody else because that's obviously information you don't want to share with people.
Don't put it in stream chat.
Also, don't put it in stream chat.
Stream chat.
Definitely
Bad
don't put it
idea.
in stream chat. All right, so why don't we do this? Charles, you want to give people a little information about
Yeah,
Gods from the Machine. So we've been on Gods from the Machine now for a few months, and this kind of trailed off of IOCath. So you want to give them like a little bit of a here's what happened with IOCath and how it tied into Gods from the Machine?
Yeah, absolutely. So players were kind of drawn to IOCath by this sort of mysterious bit of intelligence that suggested there was a new weapon there, something more powerful than anything people were aware had been on that planet before. As it turned out, that was the first of the 5 Gods from the Machine parts of the operation. That was Tithe. It turns out these are incredibly powerful droid super weapons that were built, many, many centuries in the past by the creators of IOCath, who really love making weapons and destroying things and testing them out on poor little primitive worlds like Zakul, for instance.
Right.
And so as the players have, they took on Tithe and then learned, there's more of these, there's more that we need to learn. They kind of see that these gods happen to coincide with the gods of Zakulan society, in a one way or another. Of course, they are not direct one-to-one. The Zakulans didn't get a whole lot of time to ask the droids about their relationships as they were being massacred by them. So they kind of had to pick up what they could. And, of course, centuries since then, that religion has morphed and changed and kind of given impressions of what these things were like.
Right.
But as you work through one fight by the other, one fight to another, and hear them talk and see their relationships with each other, in particular, the first 4's relationship with Skyva, you kind of get more in depth and kind of see how it was that the Zakulans could develop things the way they did based on the way that they conduct themselves in combat. Essentially, Skyva is sort of this control unit that helps guide them, that helps maintain them, and to some degree controls them or keeps them in control as best she can. And in various combat encounters, Nahut's built for stealth, and Tithe, just wrecks everything. Then, of course, that kind of brings us to what we're coming up next here with Isaacs, who is the final and perhaps most powerful of the Gods from the Machine, just in terms of raw destructive capability.
He's huge.
Colossal.
Yeah. If you can, I don't know if you can entirely tell by scope, but
a little bit of a sense of just how huge he is. We're still debating exactly whether he's bigger than the Terror from Beyond. It's hard to tell because the Terror from Beyond goes into a portal, so you can't know for sure how much bigger he is. But it's on that same scale, which is pretty sweet.
Honestly, I've never put the ruler down. I've never actually measured that. Now that you bring it up,
being how we have rocket science here,
I'm sure he can.
I think this is something that we definitely
rocket science.
need to
We're
know.
counting on you. Goes live.
Can I just also say, mad appreciation to chat. You guys are like all of chat while you were giving the story is just like, we love Charles. Tell Matt to wave. We love him. People want to adopt me or something. I'm not sure. So thank you, chat. You guys are very, very positive today.
Yeah.
Can we have footage yet? Don't worry, Awesome Sauce Lol. We're close.
Coming up.
We're close. We're not far from that.
It's happening.
Yep. Someone asked earlier, Matt, who made the? Hang on, I can't say that. I don't think I can answer that question. Now that I think of it, I can't ask that question.
Okay.
Anyway, is there anything else, Charles, story wise? And if
Well,
anyone
it's
has
a big tease.
and if anyone, I know, I just realized what I was about to say, and then I didn't
Well, I think
say it, and then I didn't say it.
Yeah, I think as you kind of start this fight, you're going to be realizing, in the aftermath of having defeated Skyva, that she was really the only thing keeping all of these guys in line, and in particular, Isaacs. So it's going to be a really interesting turn of events to see how she ultimately plays a role in this fight as well, which is going to be very cool when players get into it and get to check it out.
Yeah.
I will say no more for now. I'm going to spoil the fun.
Matt, on a scale of 1 to 100, how tough is this boss?
Well, if you're going to go by the fact that it's marked as veteran difficulty, it's probably the 100. Because it's at nightmare targets right now. And it's been working against the players on PTS, I would say, pretty alarmingly effectively.
Yeah. So before we get into gameplay stuff, I think we should do another giveaway.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
So Charles, I'm going to make you choose. What should we give away this time? What should we give away? Can we get
You
a
know what?
Charles beer?
I think, given my eternal favoritism towards the trooper,
Shameless.
shameless even favoritism towards the trooper, and given that we
Gotta say,
have right here,
We'll tell this story in a second
The
while we're doing the
all-trooper group.
giveaway because that was not intentional. But
let's
hilarious.
go give away the old the Havoc Squad armor.
The Havoc Squad. Okay.
Yeah, from the cars.
All right. Let's do a Havoc Squad armor set. So what should the keyword be?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I saw a bunch of people in chat mentioning Jaxo earlier. Good old favorite trooper character. So let's make the keyword Jaxo. Jaxo.
JAXO. An old trooper favorite. Please enter that in chat for a chance to win the Havoc Squad armor. So, in the screenshot, you can't see one of them because it's behind our faces, but there's just another commando holding the assault cannon. And
It's all
normally
assault,
when we
it's all assault cannons from
normally
all the way
when we
down.
make these videos, like it's those of us on the team, like we get together and record the footage. And so we were all getting together, and we're usually pretty good about like, okay, you're going commando,
this,
okay, I'll go sentinel. Like we coordinate it. Somehow there's like 4 commandos in our screenshots. And we didn't even, none of us caught it throughout this whole
Also,
process.
for the record, I was not any of these.
Correct. Charles was not even there.
I was in no way responsible for
Yeah.
this.
Keith was, though.
Yeah.
I don't think we know. Yeah. And so it wasn't until we posted this first screenshot on Twitter that people are like, Charles bias of trooper. And it's like, wow, there's a bunch of troopers in that shot. How did none of us catch that?
Yeah.
Hashtag Kaizyken needs to return 2K18. Rixty, you know what's up.
Did I hint at that before?
I don't think you did.
I have a little plan for Kaizyken. I would love to bring him back. Again, I would think we should probably focus on the other companions first.
And I can tell you, as the resident, I feel like I can say the resident Kaizyken lover, Charles's idea, if it comes to fruition, is the best thing I've ever heard.
That might be slightly hyping it up.
It's the most quintessential Kaizyken thing we could do.
That's
and
fair.
I think that's
fair.
I think that's pretty good.
I've not heard this. You'll have to tell me.
I'll tell you after stream.
That's a post-stream story.
Yes.
All right, so
Who are our winners?
Here we go.
How many winners are we doing?
Why don't we do 2?
2?
Two
All right.
winners? Let's do 2 winners. Winner
I like
number
it.
1 for the Havoc Squad armor is Kal-El
Rojan?
That's probably correct.
That's
correct.
K, not a...
That's probably. What did I say? I said.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it's not what I said. That's what we know for sure.
All right.
And winner number 2. Apparently, our face is all blurry now.
Ooh.
Come on, camera. You can find us. Whatever. Murat,
Murat, but
Underscore.
with a
Underscore.
a pointed pause at the end.
Oh, Murat. Okay, that's good. All right, so that's giveaway number 2, and we'll do a third giveaway before this party's over. All right, so Matt, I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to show the footage of Isaac's before or after you talk about it?
Before.
Let's
Give them context.
Let's give them
All right.
the love.
Let's give him a little context. All right, so you can look at this screenshot. So
Oh, hey, it's some more commandos.
it is commandos. It is, right? It is. And you'll see the commandos in the video, too. There are other non-commando related people, I promise.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter because the commandos really just make it. So can I just say I hope that like the first attempt on this is just 8 commandos. Just 8. No tanks, just all
I predict that goes very poorly.
I would imagine it does.
Yeah.
I would imagine it does. Okay,
The
so
first pull on PTS lasted 8 seconds.
Ooh.
that's pretty good. Has someone beaten it on PTS? I shouldn't have. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
Hang on.
let's-
Let's get to the video. So first, I'm going to hide our faces so you can watch the entire video in its glory, and we'll mute the microphone so that. And I'm actually going to mute the microphone. That I'm good at. I'm confident. So this way you won't hear us talking over the video. So we're going to disappear. Are you making fun of the fact that I talk with my hands, Matt? Is that what's going
It
on?
happens a lot.
No, not at all.
But it's below the camera.
I normally
so they
talk
can
with
only
my hands a lot more.
They can only see
There's just
part
not
of it.
space.
Okay, video incoming. Hold, please. Nope, that's it. Now I'm.
Fall before the dragon! I am destruction! I am death!
And
We're back. Third time. Third time was a charm. It's all good.
It's amazing. Okay. Anyway, Can I just say, I appreciate how bad I am at clicking buttons. Just doesn't matter whether I'm playing the game or I'm clicking the buttons. Okay, so
You're worse at attack rolls.
that is accurate. That's a whole other different story, but that is definitely accurate. All right, so Matt, question number 1. What went into your mind going into building the Isaacs encounter?
I'd say the first thing was scale. Isaacs has been built up as this engine of destruction. All of the encounters that we've done in God's Mission Operation have been sort of a step up in terms of difficulty and intricacy from other encounters that we tried to do. So you then wind up in a situation of what is the last boss for that set of encounters.
I'm going to scooch slightly this way so Matt can
slide in
slightly back into frame.
There we go.
Was that a frame? Oh.
You were.
There we go.
Now I'm perfectly sitting in my throne as well, so I think I think things have aligned better.
And so we wanted to build an encounter based around size and a sense of scale and threat. A lot of Isaacs' attacks are sort of the longer swing time, longer cooldown, but higher base damage. Like Isaacs' melee attacks base damage is 136,000 in veteran mode.
It seems high.
So it's about making you understand why everyone is so scared of this thing and how this destroyed the Icathian creator race, or at least was heavily involved in doing so. And just selling it. And then lasers and explosions and cool lights and running around in circles screaming while people blow up around you is part of the fun, really, at least.
So to sum up,
It's for me.
high danger, explosions and lasers.
High danger, large scale explosions, and yeah.
I missed
Isaacs' max HP in veteran mode is 104 million, for example.
Again, seems high. Yep.
So
Yeah, it's a good one.
Charles, you got any questions for Matt?
Let's start with the players on the private test server. You know, they've gotten to try their hands at this guy quite a few times now. What would you say has been the toughest phase for them?
And I should point out, reminder, they're under NDA, so they can't defend themselves, Matt. So be generous. Just be generous.
I mean, I think pretty clearly the fourth phase of the encounter has been, at least on PTS. It didn't help that the first PTS build, for instance, Isaacs was doing 160% damage. That was typo. Amusing, but still a typo. But yeah, the fourth phase comes back to the mechanics of the second phase with a little bit of an extra twist and a whole lot of ads. And I love the little spider-bot hellcutters. They run around. They have this little tiny pew laser. But you know, when you get to the point where there's like 20 of them, it becomes majestic in its own way.
Right.
So yeah, it's just a coordination challenge of number one, figuring out how you deal with what's going on in the phase. Number two, who needs to be doing what. Figuring out like role assignment is actually really important in that phase, and it's the kind of thing that takes people a long time to work out when there's just everything happening around you. So.
I like this question. How is it possible for a boss to have 104 million hit points?
Oh, the enrage timer is 58 minutes, so...
For those that don't know, an enrage timer is when
That was a joke.
Was it a joke?
It's not actually...
Oh, Matt, that
I
would
would believe it, Matt.
Oh, you should have just left it. You should have left it on the table.
Well, we can see the stream delay, right? So I get to see the reaction and then wait for like 15 seconds.
There's the LOL Bravo. That's where. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. So you should have just left it, Matt. Everyone could have just had their panic of how long is this fight going to take. Someone did ask if you will be able to control Isaacs on IOCAF.
No.
No. Sorry,
To scale.
We've left that one out. Yeah, that was
Maybe some glorious day in the future, but yeah, that just once you see how the fight actually operates, you'll see why that probably wasn't going to be a thing.
Yeah. See, 58 minutes. I almost believed it. I believed it, and I sit 10 feet from Matt. I believed it because knowing Matt, that sounds like something that would actually happen.
Yeah. No, it will not take an hour to beat him.
Yeah.
Or you will either die or beat him.
Right.
Yeah.
Before that hour.
Right.
Probably not going to last that long.
Yeah. So what was your favorite part of building the encounter?
Oh, I mean, it's probably been watching PTS. Does that count as building the encounter?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the corner line you hear all the time, but the reason we do all this is to create entertainment, to create emotion. I won't even necessarily say always positive emotion. Stress and panic and stuff like that are part of what you're looking to create. But the purpose of this is to create emotion in a challenge and share experiences. And being able to see it run by players for the first time and interact with them and figure out what needs to change and where it should go from there that's the most rewarding part of the dev cycle. I will say that the first time we saw the FX and the animation for the Signal Spire Overload giant bug zapper thing, that was pretty amazing. The art review meeting for that it's a lot of laughter.
I like Bad Feeling asks, how long is the walk of shame after we wipe? Which, by the way, I appreciate Brian and/or Chuck didn't say if we wipe. They specified when they wipe, how long is it going to take them to walk back?
Well, seeing as the expected number of corpse runs for this encounter is sharply higher than other encounters, the answer is actually 13 seconds. When you get to...
That's why I love Matt, because you actually know the specific answer to
that. We clock it.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Because that's why, for those of you who don't know, for Skyva, there is a hidden mini-boss in Skyva's wing that will revise your tram point to be the station right outside her room. So you go from a 64-second corpse run to like 12-second corpse run, because 64 seconds is a little too long.
That is a pretty long time.
But there's apparently a lot of people that don't even know that. At least we hit it too well.
Well, now there's some now you have revealed
hot
to the
tips.
internet hot tips. That's right.
I think we did ask the question earlier, and I don't know that we got the answer. Has anyone actually defeated it?
No one has naturally, aside from one hilarious bug that involved swinging Isaacs around the roof with a grapple cable. No one has beaten veteran mode legitimately. People have beaten the story mode, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
If the anthem story mode's been a bit tuned down from its original points, because apparently like 70,000 damage on a hit is too much in story mode.
So it is worth pointing out, since Isaac lives in this world of literally still not being defeated, that one of the things that we're doing with 5.8 is there's a period of time between 5.8 and 5.9, right, where effectively the boss is meant to be very hard. And if you beat Isaac...
Nightmare tuned.
That's right. If you beat Isaac during that time, you're going to get, and someone correct me if I say some wrong things, you get an achievement, you'll get a title associated with it, and then there's an item that is going to be an extremely rare drop on Isaac's, like a la Wings of the Architect. I don't mean Wings of the Architect, but something akin to that. And if you beat it during that time, you will get a legacy version of it in 5.9. And then after that point, you will have to get it as a very rare drop off of Isaac's.
Yeah.
Did I say all that correctly?
I believe that's all correct.
Okay, good. So, so it's intended to be very difficult. Matt's not underselling it. But the rewards are really there for you if you want to push it. And then, of course...
And the pride, the accomplishment of overcoming.
Of course it is, Matt.
The drive.
That's right. Yes. You must do it. Someone asked earlier, and I think, we can... Because we're nearing 30 minutes, so we can end on this question. So they said now that it's out, but Isaacs isn't technically out yet. But in a week, Isaacs will be out the door. And that's Gods from the Machines. It's the first op we've had in quite some time. Now this is the next op that we've done. How do you feel about IOCath, Gods from the Machine, as an entire op? Built all the bosses, start to finish. How do you feel with it as an operation compared to other operations we've done?
It's definitely more intricate. I think it's the shoot for the moon version of operations design. We wanted to do it because we felt if there's any group that justified it, it was the sort of the Zakulian pantheon, the machine gods, and getting to see what they were and why they could, found a religion effectively based around their personality and their capabilities. It has intentionally been, like I said, a step up in difficulty. I don't know that we would want to make a set of encounters that are this intricate, at least not for a bit. It's a good thing to have every now and again, but it might be better to try and shoot for like a more straightforward design for the next few. Because I don't know if you guys have played these bosses, but they're kind of pug killers here and there. By here and there, I mean it's kind of the whole way through. Yeah. So maybe we'll avoid that a little bit. But I am proud of what we've done here, and I am proud to have been able to do it.
Right.
I think it's outstanding.
Yeah,
visually, it's absolutely stunning. The FX, even the environment teams, the art teams, they've been working around this, particularly the water treatment center for Skyva, that what we affectionately refer to internally as the toilet bowl.
Internal terminology.
Yes, yeah.
Because
we have very complex dev.
It's an acronym, actually.
That we work through.
Yep. All right, so because we should be kicking it over to Sam and Kid to be doing their Gods from the Machine stream soon, but I think we have to do one more giveaway.
Let's do it.
And I think we should do the home run giveaway of literally you could pick any cartel market item you want. Any individual item. So you want unstable saber, you want vented lightsaber, you want Rancor mount.
3 winners, 2 winners, 1 winners.
Okay, so this would be a 1 winner.
Wow.
All right. So this is going to be a 1 winner for literally...
It's a pyramid scheme. You're welcome.
The pyramid scheme of giveaways that we're doing here for free. So you don't have to tell me what item you want. Don't worry, chat. You get to do that if you win. So, Matt, I'm going to let you pick the last keyword.
Ooh.
The last keyword, Matt.
Pyramid.
Oh, that seems fitting. Pyramid. So the last keyword is pyramid in honor of the pyramid scheme giveaways that we're doing here on the SWTOR stream today. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
Was either that or toroidal? Just because I wanted to see you try and spell that.
That wasn't going to happen. I was going to be like, just for the people on the stream, remind them how to spell that. That word I definitely don't know how to spell. I could guess though, but I won't guess correctly if I do. I think
I saw someone ask when the next part of the Theron story comes. That's coming in 5.9.
Yep.
Which I think we just announced. That's coming May the 1st.
May the 1st, correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Spoilers, it involves pineapple.
Oh, I can't guarantee that.
Can't confirm or deny that, Matt. That's privileged information.
Also, just an interesting little tidbit, mostly related to that, but you saw a little bit here too in that video. Not pineapples. Perhaps you could use it on a pineapple, but that beam that came out of Isaac's chest looked pretty familiar.
Oh yeah, that does. Yeah,
looks.
Yeah, not for a lot. Yeah.
Maybe a little hint at something to come when 5.9 comes out. I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be fun.
Always bring Matt to the live streams from now on.
All right.
Locked in. Done.
Hooray! Thanks, chat. You did it.
I lie to Matt all the time. So.
It's true.
Harsh.
No, Matt's great.
We love Matt.
I have seen while people are getting, because I'm going to give some time to make sure people get their giveaway entries in. So a couple of questions that I've seen are, so we already talked about PvP, but so again, Season 9 will have details coming on that in a few weeks. I've seen a bunch of class bouncy questions. So there is class balance coming in 5.9. So 5.9, there's going to be not a lot of, there is some damage tweak numbers, but I'll get to that in a second. But a lot of the changes that we're making are around utilities to kind of get, because we made the big changes to numbers like 3 or 4 updates ago. That was when we did the really big revisions. So the numbers are largely good. It's a lot of utility changes that we're making, and then we're going to be making changes to tanks that wear DPS gear, which people in PvP call skank tanks. But we're going to be making some changes to that. But all those details will be coming out in the next couple weeks after 5.8. Same with the augments. I've seen some questions about augments. Those details will come out after 5.8 as well.
You put on DPS gear, you just explode.
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah, correct.
Oh.
Yep.
Unless, let's talk later.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to draw the winner.
All right.
The one winner, again.
The winner of the biggest grand prize.
The biggest grand prize in
Top
this
of the pyramid.
pyramid scheme of all time. Top of the pyramid goes to Ashanta. Ashanta. Congratulations.
Congrats. Awesome.
You are... Oh, wait, there it goes. That did weird things. Okay. So Ashanta, congratulations. I will be in touch with all of the winners. And again... you get to choose any item you would like in the cartel market. Also, I really should always need to make a keyword rigged because I think it's just the best reaction every time someone wins a giveaway. It really...
Someday that will be the keyword.
I feel like I've maybe done it before, but I always forget until the very end when it makes me laugh that people say rigged, and then it cracks me up. Didn't that person already win something? No.
Don't believe so.
They did not win something. Not.
I have a pretty good memory for made-up names at this point.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure
That's true.
Yes, it is your job.
It is. I think he once described my job as generating emotionally manipulative falsehoods.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
It's fair. It's a fair description.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Cool.
Who's the third
Nice way if you
dude?
can get it.
Who's the third dude who's not Charles or Eric?
That is Matt.
That's Matt. Not Charles, as this nameplate would indicate.
We're backwards.
We're backwards. This is Matt. He is the lead operations designer. So he is here because of Gods from the Machine.
I make big thing.
He, you specialize in made-up names, and you make big thing.
Yeah.
Let's not even simplify
That's
my
what's on our
job.
business
because-
cards,
yeah.
actually.
I find creative ways to kill players in ways that they hopefully will enjoy.
Charles could kind of do the same. I don't know. This is getting deep. All right. So, again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for the stream talking about 5.8.